everyone, Kai here with Kaitaku, and today is time, hello poo poo. Today is time for another Be Too Weird review, and I will be reviewing The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Sylvia Moreno Garcia is the author of Mexican Gothic, and because Mexican Gothic was such a big hit, they are re-releasing her backlog in these new updated covers. I am very excited about this one. I enjoyed it a lot. So I love shoujo manga, which means I usually am a huge romance fan. Well, that carries over into my prose works. I love romance. I love contemporary romance. I love a historical romance, Regency romance, my romance, any way that I can get it. And so The Beautiful Ones is a romance, and it is kind of set it's in France, and it's kind of set in like a Regency style France. So the back of the book says, "They are the beautiful ones, Losal's most notable socialites, and this spring is Nina's chance to join their ranks, courtesy of her well-connected cousin and his calculating wife. But the grand season has just begun, and already Nina's debut has gone disastrously awry. She has always struggled to control her telekinesis. Neighbors call her the Witch of Old House, and the haphazard manifestations of her power make her the subject of malicious gossip. When entertainer Hector Aubray arrives in town, Nina is dazzled. A telekinetic like her, he has traveled the world performing his talents for admiring audiences. He sees Nina not as a witch, but ripe with potential to master her power under his tutelage. With Hector's help, Nina's talent blossoms, as does her love for him. But great romances are for fairy tales, and Hector is hiding a truth from Nina and himself that threatens to end their courtship before it truly begins. The Beautiful Ones is a charming tale of love and betrayal, and the struggle between conformity and passion set in a world where scandal is a razor-sharp weapon." So The Beautiful Ones is your kind of historical romance with a dash, just a little bit of Salt Bae of magic. It's a very, very small dash. We do get her telekinesis, we get Hector's telekinesis, and so that is kind of throughout the book, but they're the only ones with telekinesis, so like that's the only like magic that we get. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. The characters were completely entertaining. My favorite character of all time is Valerie. So Valerie is Nina's cousin. Valerie is also Hector's first love, and Hector is Valerie's first love. And so we get in an interesting situation where Nina has got this crush on Hector, and Hector finds out that Nina is Valerie's cousin, and he's here to get Valerie back. Valerie is such a well-written character. So I've mentioned on this channel before, I am character-driven reader. I need to love the characters to care about the story at all. If I don't love the characters, I don't care about the story. And so Valerie was an amazing character for me. She is the most complex character in the book. She has so many different sides to her that I just thoroughly enjoyed. We get to see that she is bitter about her path in life. She is trapped in a marriage and a society that she cannot get out of, and that just colors her focus and colors her actions going forward. And then you have Nina. Nina, this is her first season. I think she's like 17 or 18 years old. I'm gonna go with 18 because Hector's like in his 30s. I'm gonna go with 18. And this is her first season. So this is her first coming out, her first introduction to society, and she is young, she's naive, she has grown up in rural France as opposed to the city. So she's grown up in rural France, and this is her first time having to go with all the societal norms, the wearing the gloves, the not being in the same room by yourself with a man, you know, all those different rules that we get in a Regency. And so the first part of the book, because the book is broken into parts, part one, I could not stand Nina. Like at all. Like every time she did something, I was like, Valerie, please hit her. Like, just a little smack smack. Like, Valerie, please. Part 2, Nina grew on me. So by then, Nina has grown up a little bit. She's not as naive as she is in part 1. She's a little jaded, and she finally like turns into a character for me, because before she was just like this caricature of your sweet, innocent, unassuming person who's never experienced anything in her life, and I'm just not here for it. It was boring. Hector is kind of our, he's not a hero. Hector ain't the hero of the story. Hector is misguided. Hector is utterly misguided. So of course Hector comes back because he has finally made something of himself, and he thinks that he is going to be able to win Valerie back because Valerie said she would wait for him, and then she wrote to him and was like, I'm getting married. You don't have to keep your promise. Bye-bye. And so Hector has now made a name for himself. He now has money and fame, and he has come back to win Valerie's heart and meets Nina and sees Nina as a chance to get close to Valerie. It is very interesting to watch Hector, Valerie, and Nina's relationships shift as the book goes along. So Valerie and Hector's relationship, Nina and Valerie's relationship, Hector and Nina's relationship, Valerie and Nina's relationship. Seeing these set of characters and how their relationship changes as the book goes along was very interesting to me. And of course, in a situation like this, the book is fairly predictable. You know what's going to happen with, Hector falling, trying to come back for Valerie, but meeting Nina and spending all this time with Nina. So we know what's going to happen there. And then, of course, with his relationship with Valerie, we understand that there's going to, be a point in time where Nina has to find out about him and Valerie. So that came a little earlier in the book than I was expecting, but I did like how everything finally got resolved, and I appreciated that that wasn't like the ultimate misunderstanding for the book and that there was more afterwards, because normally that's like the apex and then, we're done. So I appreciated all of the continued story play that came afterwards, because that's still part 1 and we've got part 2. All in all, I enjoyed this book. If you enjoy like historical romances, if you enjoy Regency romances, like it's definitely been described as the Bridgertons meets magic. If you are a fan of that, I'm not a fan of the first Bridgerton novel, but the rest of them seem fine. But if that is what you are interested in, I think you'll love The Beautiful Ones. Now, if you are going into The Beautiful Ones for magic, you're in the wrong place. This is not for people who are like, I love fantasy and sci-fi. This is not for you. But if you love contemporary romances, if you love historical romances, if you like your romance to have just a touch of magic, then The Beautiful Ones is definitely the book for you, and you will thoroughly enjoy it. Sylvia Moreno Garcia has a very distinct writing style. It is enjoyable. It is fast-paced without being dizzying. And so I do think that I will be picking up more of her books. I definitely already have the audiobook for Mexican Gothic, so I just never got around to reading it. So I think I'm gonna read that and then try and pick up more of her backlog, because I really enjoyed this book. So let me know in the comments, what is an author that you absolutely love? Like, you have read almost every single thing that this author has done. You love them so much. For me, that would probably be Kazuya Minakura. So I own Sayuki, I own Sayuki Reload, I own Wild Adapter, I own the Sayuki Resurrected. And I think I'm only missing like one series that's been published in English by him, and it is like a super rare out of print. So we're going to try and find that. So what is an author, mangaka, who you absolutely love, that you've read almost all of their things, and you collect all their things? So let me know that in the comment. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the standard YouTube things, and me and this sleepy Minnie, we'll see you all next time. Bye.